What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Make sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. It's been something of a meme now for a while that, as shown here, regardless of how attractive the original character seems to be, it doesn't last that way, either through translation or just straight up changing it, as we saw in Mary Jane 2, as they made her even worse. Female video game characters are not coming out well lately, and there are reasons for that. And here, the least among them are the inclusion standards for all of these games, and the fact that somehow attractive women are unrealistic body type standards and they need to look like everyday women, which has led to many a commentary on the looks. And of course, the famous one is this Fable one. Oof. So yeah, here we go. Microsoft recommends game developers question if female characters wear proper clothing and if gamers are reinforcing any negative gender stereotypes. Well, we wouldn't want that. So Microsoft, the parent company of Xbox Game Studios, is recommending that game developers question if female characters are wearing proper clothes and if their games are reinforcing any negative gender stereotypes. Microsoft's recommendations come as part of its Gaming for Everyone product inclusion framework. Boy, that just rolls off the tongue, which was invented in 2019 and is now public for game developers to use to develop their games. As part of this framework, it includes 10 product inclusion. And it is funny because we've stated before that all of these inclusion standards, from the movie studios to all of them, they all are about 4 years old. And here we have perfectly 2019 is when they had theirs under this Gaming for Everyone product inclusion framework. As part of this framework, it includes 10 product inclusion actions. One of those actions is titled Help Customers Feel Seen. Underneath this action, Microsoft lists a number of questions game developers should consider when developing their games. A set of questions states, are you reinforcing any negative gender stereotypes? Are you unnecessarily introducing gender and gender barriers into your code or design? Are you creating playable female characters that are equal in skill and ability to their male peers? Why would that be a thing? What if everyone has different powers and different skills and abilities? Why the hell would the female characters have to have, just like if it was the reverse and it was a female, why would I ask if there was any male characters that had the same? When the story allows, do you show male characters who display a full range of emotions, including joy, sadness, and you don't want men to be stoic anymore, right? You want us all to be whiny bitches. I get it. And then, of course, here is their full list. Just what are the other ones? How are the wide range of customers depicted within your products? How would you feel proud to show a member of a community how their culture/character is depicted within your experience? That's a nice way to say, would you be scared to show black people how the black people in your game are depicted? And of course, people from Spider-Man would just go, look at our Miles Morales. He has all the swagger of a young black teen. Let me know in the comments if you remember the outlet that described Miles Morales that way in their review. It's legendary. Microsoft's head of gaming for everyone and sustainability, of course, Katie Jo Wright, informed the games industry that the framework is not compulsory, telling the outlet the framework is not a checklist. It's not a mandate, even internally. It's not that at all. It's just a way for you to get your game into the hands of more players in a meaningful way. And of course, we don't believe them when they say that. It's just a tool that you absolutely have to use. However, the Help Customers Feel Seen product inclusion action does provide a checklist to achieve the goals developers come up with. The third step specifically states, number 3, create and surface content that depicts diverse characters, stories, and creators, and create playable characters that reflect the broader population. Which broader population? Review how identities represented on screen, gender identities, races, sexual orientations, ability status, ages, and body sizes match up to their broader population. Make sure that characters are not tokenized or stereotyped based on their identity. Review how identities represented in your products, such as gender, race, blah, blah, blah. You know what is in none of this shit? Make a good game. Make a good game with a fun gameplay loop that has a good solid story and makes people want to stay in the world and keep playing it. Nope. Instead, just thing after fucking inclusion standards. Set goals to achieve it. Number 1, set goals for what you want to achieve and share them with your project members. Go through the 10 production inclusion actions to bring intentionality into your design. Create and surface content that depicts diverse character stories and characters. Make sure that the character practice inclusion casting for any talent required to bring representation to life in your product. Practice inclusive casting, i.e., hire white people for white people and black people for black people, but something tells me it's just that second one. Validate your execution for your inclusive listening systems, consultants, Sweet Baby Inc., Black Girl Gamers, advisory councils, user research. Oof, yeah. While Wright claims it's not mandatory, it certainly comes across as you should be doing this. It also appears that Playground Games, an Xbox game studio-owned company, has fully embraced this portion of the framework for its upcoming Fable game. Yeah, oof, just not a good-looking character. Yeah, and then that was going in. Let me just go real quick. That was just the one last thing of to finish with is do they think that all of that will lead to Stellar Blade not coming out? But unfortunately, it looks like Stellar Blade got in despite all of that, and that it is going to come out with full fat booty and all of that. Let me know what you think of this. Again, of all of their inclusion standards, these ones are just as dumb. And there is a reason all these translations have not been well in the East, and that's because we keep following this. It's because for whatever reason, they are afraid of idealized beauty standards, and not working out well for them. Let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.